Joe, I'm so excited, man. It's just always nice to have brand new music on and good sounds all around. So you know what's so great? We have the boys from the band with us tonight. Let's bring them on to the show.
Oh, hey, look at that. We're now a quad. Hey
guys.
And Noah, thanks for coming on. The Pretty Flowers are here.
Thanks for having us.
So
go ahead, Barry.
No, man, you start because I'm just blown away.
Okay, yeah, because we were, we've been listening to some songs. This the first hour of our show, thinking about like the influences. That last song really had some teenage fan club influence there, but I've also been hearing, some like Happy Mondays and some Weaker Thans kind of stuff in there too. So
for sure,
is that are you really reaching across all the spectrums of like punk rock and indie rock and stuff to like find your sound?
Yes, punk rock is not a bad word.
Very. Told you.
That's totally fine. Definitely, the band has a lot of punk rock influences. I think that's kind of where we came from in our youth and still hold that dear to our hearts. Happy Mondays not so much. Manchester stuff I was not super into, but definitely British 80s stuff, and Weaker Thans was a huge band for me back
oh yeah, see, I knew it.
In the late 90s and 2000s, they were huge for me. And songwriting, I think my voice is kind of in a similar place as John K. Sampson, so I get that comparison occasionally, but his songwriting is really untouchable. Really.
Did you follow him over from Propaganda like I did?
Sort of, yeah, because I remember I was living in Seattle at the time when the Weaker Thans put out their first record, and I saw them, I think, on their first in Seattle, like at a church, like on their very first show, I think was like in the US. I saw them a couple times like that on that little tour, and they were great. I've loved them from the get-go.
Wow. So are you guys were formed in LA? Because did you live in Seattle? Are you from Seattle? Or are you guys from LA?
We're an LA band. I think I grew up in Northern California, and
cool.
Sean's South Bay.
Yeah, I'm an Angelino native, born and raised.
Hey, there's not many of you. Come on. Well, I'm close. I was Orange County. I grew up in Fullerton. So, but I kind of claim it. I've been here a long time. So.
Yeah, I'm right in between. I'm the South Bay. So some people say the South Bay is Orange County, and we get very mad at that. So.
The South Bay is not Orange County.
It's not.
I hate that. It's not.
Not at all. But I've been here. I've been in LA since 2000. So I've paid my dues. I think I can claim LA.
So where'd you guys all meet then? Because you kind of came from a little bit all over, it looks like.
Yeah. Music scene. I mean, Sean, like the LA music scene has brought us together over a bunch of years.
I think back in 07 or 08, a lot of bands, we had this little scene going for a couple years, and it just got very incestuous, and a lot of us sort of stayed in touch. We were in bands, different bands, and then those bands broke up, and then, years went by, and we just stayed in touch, and we were friends, and kind of culminated into this band, really. And it's kind of funny because all four guys were in different bands when we all met. So it wasn't like, let's meet and start this band. It was all years later.
Oh, interesting. So it just like kind of happened organically. You stayed in touch, grab a beer, like, oh, hey, you want to jam tomorrow night? And then that kind of like evolved from that. Huh?
We were able to suss each other out over the length of 10 years to make sure we weren't totally horrible to be around.
I'm going to need to be in a band with this guy for 8 hours. Am I going to be able to handle that?
At least.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me give him a beer and see how he reacts.
Yeah, we all paid our dues in separate bands and then came together. So we knew how to be in a band together.
So just being a band after years of experience,
Yeah. So where are these places that you're hanging out and meeting like really cool other musicians at in 2008? Are you hanging out at like
Satellite, Yeah, I mean, Satellite was kind of the main hub. Echo was huge at the time. Mr. T's Bowl was a huge was a big one back in the day.
There was also
I met my wife at Mr. T's Bowl.
Oh wow! Oh, and Key Club? Did you say Key Club?
No, at Mr. T's Bowl in Highland Park. It was just it wasn't even a functioning bowling alley at the time. It was just like a
punk dive.
It was with the Highland Park Bowl at the time, but it wasn't a bowling alley. It was just a bar that had shows.
Yeah, and there was also fun stuff like we had a kickball league for a little while where a lot of the bands would spend Saturdays playing kickball and then margaritas after.
Mm-hmm.
So there was some extracurricular stuff that made it fun and kind of made it more familial.
Barry, can we bring you back kickball? I want. Can we start kickball team? The Barry and Joe kickball league. Let's do it.
You don't want me on your team, man. I don't want to mess it all up.
I didn't say I wanted you on my team. I just wanted to be part of the league together. I've seen you play sports. I know what to expect.
No, that's why I'm here. So 2018, that's the year that the first album came out. Now, how many years before that did you say, like, okay, we're going to make an album? Like, how long did the first album take you?
The first album took, let's see, probably like 4 years of just kind of kicking around and not really thinking about the album too much. It was just kind of just putting songs together and just playing a lot. And there was kind of a different lineup then, but the lineup we have now kind of solidified in 2018. So and I think this is the final boss of the lineup. This is it. So but
does that make me King Koopa? Since I'm the last one to join.
But yeah, we had the songs. The songs were written, and we were playing them for a while, and it just kind of made sense to put them all together with the album and put out our first record. And Sean joined right before the album came out and was there for the album release show, and it's kind of that's been the band ever since. And we've just kind of been writing a lot of songs since then, and just kind of keeping things going, just having a lot of fun writing songs and making them work for the band.
Yeah, because you came out with this first album in 2018. You've had a couple follow-ups since. Then everything screeched to a halt with the entire world.
Yep.
How did you guys, as a band, knowing you guys, I know you get a lot of energy from your live shows, and you couldn't play live shows for a while. How do you keep the momentum of the band going when you can't get out in front of people? I mean, obviously now you can, which is fantastic. Yeah. But you had to get through that stretch. How'd you do it?
We kept pretty busy, actually. During COVID, there were a lot of, online streaming events. So we kind of pushed ourselves into some of that stuff, made some music videos. The record the basic tracks for the record were recorded at that point. So we actually released a couple singles that were later on this new record during COVID. Whatever offer was kind of thrown to us, we would take it because we just wanted to do something, whether it was like a podcast or some sort of live stream where no one was there. We played to an empty bar a couple times. There was like live streamed on YouTube, couple benefits, charity benefits. But to answer your question, we actually did a lot. We tried to get creative as possible. Yeah.
But there's also, like, I was just talking to a friend about this the other day, of just like the COVID kind of regret of just like feeling like you didn't do enough too. Like, it's just like, why didn't I write the screenplay, or why didn't I write more songs or whatever? But everybody was kind of feeling that. So it's like kind of everyone was in the same boat of just feeling.
How did I not sell that song to Taylor Swift?
How did that not happen?
Time to do it. Oh man.
It's coming.
It's coming. Yeah.
The next batch. I can feel it.
Who's the other guys? Where are the other guys? You're not a 2-man band, are you? Because
we are a 4-piece.
We interviewed a guy that it was 2 guys, and they're a punk band from Germany, I think, and they found synthesizers, man. So they're just 2 guys. I go, cool. You guys better not go Daft Punk on me, because. So who's your other guys?
Sam Tiger plays bass.
Yeah.
And
wow, his name's Sam Tiger.
it's a real name.
That's his real
Wow,
name.
that's a great. Oh, that's his real name
It's
too.
a real name. Yep.
Oh wow, that goes on the list with Johnny Bravo.
And he actually plays music with a very close friend of his called Andy Lyon, and that's his real life.
Oh man, can we? Oh Barry, can we just get them on the program just so I can talk to them about their names?
Lion, Tiger, and Barry.
I love good.
And they had a project called Jungle Jungle. That was their animal themed duo. They were a duo. But yeah, and then Jake Gideon is the guitar player, and he does a lot of arranging, and he's he kind of produces the band for the most part.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he's a real
Producer in house.
He makes the records.
producer, mixer, and he's
good.
Yeah, he's great.
When you guys are on stage, is he like, stop? No, we missed a note. We have to start over. No, he doesn't do that. No, he just goes with that. Okay, good. That's good at least.
He's got a good attitude about things. So.
Okay, so you guys are
after the show.
you guys are like fourth level punk, right? Yeah. Punk rock, like
I wouldn't say we are not a straight ahead punk band, and I kind of like that. I mean, I know Joe was saying that he doesn't necessarily hear all those influences, and that's totally true, because it's like but they are legitimate influences, but I kind of process things. I try and make I try not to write songs like in exact styles of stuff that I love, that I'm just like, I want this. I really kind of try and go in a different direction of something that starts to sound exactly like the thing that I recognize it sounding like, if that makes sense. So yeah, sure. It's I feel like we kind of have our own a bit of our own sound, which is and kind of I feel like we have kind of the freedom to write songs and have songs sound like pretty different from other songs of ours, so that I kind of try and make it, or we try and make it a little difficult to put us in a box.
Yeah, it's like we kind of take the White Album approach, you know.
Yeah.
This song sounds good this way. This song sounds good this way, and we have so many different influences between the four of us that, you know, the '90s obviously is there because that's when we grew up. But, you know, I like 60s music, and, you know, so there's that little bit of that in there, and there's 70s glam, you know, Jake's a big ELO fan, and Sam likes the blues. And so there's so much
early new wave and stuff is really big for me too. Like British new wave is like kind of the pocket for me that I love.
You guys are too smart for this. I didn't expect this. I expected, we play music and we like music. Oh, it's good.
Music,
you guys
good.
are like
punk rock,
like
good.
educated punk rockers. How did you?
That's kind of how I say we are. We're like, you know, like punkers who started writing songs.
That's
like you said, twice removed. I mean,
but it's also just being interested in lots of different kinds of music, and like just not being satisfied necessarily with just punk rock. It's like we like dub, we like ska music, and we like a lot of different kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
it's
punk isn't just like loud fast. Right?
That's what you're looking
the ethos. Yeah, we like the ethos. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, the Clash didn't sound like the Clash every album. So
yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, you don't want to make the same song every single time, or you're just the Killers.
Yeah. Huge Killers.
Sometimes it works. AC/DC's awesome.
Huge Killers, man.
Me. That's the great
It's
divide.
okay. I don't know.
I
just choose the Killers as my go-to.
They were a guilty pleasure for a long time until I just submitted and said they are.
Hey, that first album was really good.
Oh,
and then when they re-released it as the second album, it was also great.
Sam's Town, I'm a huge Sam's Town guy. Love it. That's my favorite.
Barry actually loves the actual Sam's Town. He goes there all the time when he goes to big.
I lived there when they were coming. I lived there when they were coming up, and I got to interview them poolside.
Oh, rad.
The Palms, and Brandon Flowers is his name, right? And he's notoriously shy. And now here we are, poolside, sitting on it, and I'm trying to ask him some questions about his new band. And like, He's distracted by, I loved it.
Yeah,
It's
he's
so
just like all of it.
Covering his Mormon eyes.
All right, so okay, you do have a lot of different songs, and you do cover a lot of different subjects, and this is something that is interesting to me, and I like to ask bands about it.
Mhm.
When you're not banding, when you're not writing songs, playing music, what are you doing as human beings? You know, like, do you guys have other jobs? Do you volunteer at the soup kitchen?
We
Are
have
you
a
just
job.
dog walker? Like, what do you guys do? How do you get your inspiration for songs and stuff?
Go for it, Noah.
I work for a nonprofit, and I just fundraising and kind of boring stuff like that. But I find inspiration for songs just kind of like walking around my neighborhood and stuff in Koreatown, and just kind of finding, listening to music and kind of just being inspired by things, and kind of taking it, like twisting lyrics of other bands and stuff to something different, or mishearing. I like mishearing like lines in songs a lot, and then kind of taking that as an inspiration for something else. And
you're the hold me closer Tony Danza kind of.
Oh
guy.
yeah, that kind of that's
Yep.
me.
Excuse me while I kiss this guy.
So just work kind of a normal, boring job, and a couple of the other guys are in the other three. You guys are all like entertainment industry.
Yeah, I'm in the entertainment industry. You know, and I'm lucky to be in a position where I can be in the entertainment industry and still be in a band, because, you know, a lot of times when you're in production, you can't do anything but. And so Sam, our bass player, has that problem sometimes too, where you're stuck. But that's a job that I like, and I respect it. It's just I had to do it because I wasn't making money doing music, and I knew that was not going to be the option.
A job that you like. That's
Yeah.
I don't have a job that I like. Barry doesn't.
I like my job.
You have a job that you like?
job.
I don't have a job.
Well, the one I make money for, not so much, but the other one that I do for free, I love that job.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
We all do.
what I love too.
Yeah.
No, but I understand when it comes to, if you guys are in production, I understand how that can be hard. Sometimes those shoots
14-hour
can
days,
run
man.
real long.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then there's
exactly.
a lot of time between projects and stuff too. So it's like
Yep.
It's feast or famine. It's up and down, ebb and flow. Sometimes there's work, sometimes there's not. But, you know, it kind of fits into that musician lifestyle anyways, you know?
It's true.
So it's helped me be very resilient, I would say.
Like everybody else in the entertainment industry in Los Angeles, we're trying to make our way, you know?
Yeah. My skin is this thick. So. But when I'm not playing the drums, I like to run. I'm an avid runner.
Oh, I am too.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. We just my wife and I like to go to different locations and try to find cool runs. Are you like a distance runner? Do you get out like 10 miles or so?
Time permitting, I do a double digit every weekend. Yeah.
Wow, man, great.
Try to run
That
3
is
miles a
awesome.
week.
he'll come to practice and say that he just ran a marathon like the day before.
And you're not running from anything or anyone. You're just running?
Absolutely am running from things, but that's for my therapist. Unless you guys want to get into it, but
Wow, well that is 30 miles a week. You said that's really impressive.
that's what I aim to do every week. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. I'm like 15, so good for you, man. That's great stuff.
Yeah, any miles help. I mean, to me, it's like Noah. It clears the head. It gets you thinking, or gets you to not think, for that matter. You know, just kind of activates the brain, especially when you're sitting around in front of the computer all day, or just being, you know, distracted by social media and all that stuff. Yeah. It's just nice to have something that's not that.
Yep, I need to get out in the morning just to reset. Okay, one running question, just real quick, and then we'll move on. What is your go-to hill song for running?
I don't run with music.
You don't run with music? Oh wow!
No music, no podcasts.
That makes
watch
sense.
or anything,
I
or
agree
you just
with that.
run?
Mm-hmm. No,
all natural.
The head. Mm-hmm.
Yep. There's so much going on up here that I'm either very entertained or I need to purge it, so I don't want to add more to it, you know. So.
Oh wow. Okay, well, good for you. Enjoy
so
those
funny.
nature sounds on your next run, man. That's great.
When I run, it's so hard. It's hard to like even to clear my head. When I'm swimming, it's like I can't think about it. There's just nothing I can think about. If I'm just doing like laps or whatever, it's like I can't. Well, I can't listen to headphones, of course, but it's like you can't. I can't clear my head as with running as I can with swimming.
It takes practice. It takes a few miles.
You're always getting into it, right? Yeah, like for me, when I'm running, last comment, Barry, I promise, after about 3, then I get in my zone.
Yep, exactly. Then, it takes a couple miles.
Yeah, and then I hit a hill, I turn on the decline from no effect, and I go for it.
Hell yeah. I mean, I would say I could, right? What's that?
That's how long that song is, like 18 minutes long or something.
Yeah.
It takes me that long to get up a mile hill. It's hard.
I can see no effects being good running music.
Yeah.
We gotta keep the pace though.
Just that one song. That's cool. What I found. It's good. It's anyway. Okay, Barry, what do you got?
So hold on. You got a runner, you got a swimmer. What's the triathlon? You need a guy on a bike?
Yeah, who bikes?
You got one of those?
I bike once a month. I don't think that
you counts. Don't have anyone that spins in your group? Oh man, you almost had it. Had it.
Yeah, no, you got to get rid of one of them and replace
or maybe get a keyboard player that rides bikes.
So you've been a punk band for a few years, and you're in Southern California, which where all the retired punk rockers are living in, mostly the ones that are alive. Have you met any of the old school ones, and have they heard your music? What do they think?
That's funny. We played. There's a band. They're a little more obscure, but if you know. There's a band called The Last, and they're a Los Angeles band from the '70s. They were around the same time as early Black Flag and early Go-Go's.
Mm-hmm.
And at that moment, they were kind of like the big shit at the time. But they still kick around, and I've known their singer Joe Nolte for almost 20 years now, and we actually just yesterday played with them down in San Pedro because they'll play like once or twice a year, and so we were just lucky enough to jump on the opening slot for that show. So speaking of older punks, that was kind of a perfect segue. So
yeah, dude, that's cool. So you're actively performing.
What's that?
Yeah.
You're actively performing. You're out there with current dates. I know you have an album release party. Is that what that is on the 20th coming up?
It's not the release party, but we did have an album release party in July. July 14th was when our album came out and when we had the show. But we're actually back at the same place, the Permanent Records Roadhouse, on October 20th with our friends Near Beer, who are a great. I'd say they're more of a punk band, I guess. They're
that's sort a good
of, and they're great, and a band called Bloody Nose, who sounds like a punk band, but is not a punk band.
Not a punk band.
They don't sound like Bloody Nose. I would assume.
Okay, now I asked this question to the German band. I think about like the mosh pit has changed. There's probably not a mosh pit anymore. There's no like specific dance. We used to have the floor punch up here in Oxnard. And I don't think that exists anymore, but how are the crowds at a punk show? Is it like baby strollers and stuff, or how does that work?
Don't ask us.
Well, I don't. Maybe we could talk about the Mr. Bungle show we went to. There was definitely some circle pit going for that show.
Yeah, I think I don't know, our crowd or whoever sees us, like we've never generated a pit because we don't play that fast enough or in that scene. But I mean, mosh pits still exist. I mean, there's that great video that went viral a few years ago at the Denny's. Those teenagers, kind of tearing apart at Denny's. And there's a lot of backyard punk shows. I see footage on Instagram. They just look absolutely insane and total, tribal it's like craziness. But
we do welcome the pit. We welcome the pit, but it just hasn't happened. It hasn't manifested.
Hasn't manifested for you yet. Barry, when was the last time you were in a pit?
I don't remember. See, we're that old that I do remember them. I attribute pits with punk, but it's
really
it's
I
different now, I think.
I went to Back to the Beach and I went into the pit. I'm 49.
No, a lot of bands have pits. No, that's not what I'm talking about by it. I'm just saying, like, the way the crowd is reacting to music now has changed dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like here's a dated question. Do you remember Warped Tour? Like, have you ever been to Warped Tour?
Yeah,
of course, yeah.
At some point, a band is gonna say, "No, what is that?" You know what I mean?
I'm sure. I'm sure that
is it harder now to book shows because that culture of like the festival punk shows are kind of are they gone? Are they still around? What's the deal on that?
Yeah, there's festival shows. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of another level of I don't know where the festivals. I mean, Coachella is. I mean, that's a pretty tough nut to crack. I think to get to play.
It's like
Coachella.
2 festivals now, and back in me and Joe's day, there used to be like 2 a week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you mentioned Back to the Beach, right? A lot of these festivals now, and NoFX does these like punk and drublic or craft beer and punk shows. I feel like a lot of them are just kind of nostalgia based, so there isn't like a place for the newer bands to kind of fit into these festivals, except for Coachella, but they don't really do rock and roll anymore.
I disagree. I think that there was one recently at a park down in Orange County. I can't remember what it's on. It's off Santiago Canyon Road in like the Anaheim Orange area, right? Mm-hmm. And that one was like Face to Face, TSOL, Offspring played. There were a bunch of smaller bands that all played the first the stages, the first few hours of every festival. That is still available, and there are those types of festivals all over the place still. Yeah. It's not just like the Lollapalooza one show and then Coachella one weekend. No, they pop up still.
Yeah.
Like singular Warped Tours that kind of pop around.
It's like singular Warped Tour. I think it's all like more just like one-offs now instead of like touring show. That touring show for Warped Tour is really expensive. Really expensive. Gotcha. So now it's a lot easier to just do like the Back to the Beach festival that was at Huntington Beach Park. That was Feldy from Goldfinger and Travis Barker from Blink and blah, blah, blah.
You mean the Aquabats?
Yeah, and the Aquabats. Hey, he actually came out and played in his Aquabat uniform. He played Superman. Nice. It was so much fun. But it's a lot easier for a promoter to just have one singular event, pop it down, and just say for 3 days, you bands come to me.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about logistics and everything. They just put it all on the band now. So it just makes it easier. Long as they stay successful, like Back to the Beach was stupid successful. It's just a matter of like you got to make it so they keep coming back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's opportunity for you guys still.
Well, we did just play Echo Park Rising a couple.
Yeah, see,
that was a good one.
And you can totally play like the Ventura County Fair and the LA County Fair and stuff like that. They still love bands. They still want to get all the bands.
Yeah.
Okay, and you sound good too. The music is mixed well. It sounds like a punk, like the Ataris. The Ataris popped in my head when I was listening for a little bit, but I think that's because of how you sing.
Yeah.
Or the flat back or something I don't understand. But it sounds good.
Cool, thank you.
So how long does it take you to write a song? Does it pop right in there in your head there?
I've been working on some songs with Jake, and we have like a day-long set. I mean, a few hour session where we just kind of make a song, get to a place that kind of feels good, and I don't know, like 4 hours or something, we'll kind of have something that's kind of that's kind of a song that's a fleshed out idea. It's not completely done, but we'll sometimes make a demo of it and kind of share it with the band. Like there won't be like bass or drums on it, and the band can kind of hear what we have to work with, and then everyone will kind of bring their ideas to the table when we practice, and then we kind of just flesh it out more, and it becomes a Pretty Flowers song.
So you're using technology then, huh? Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we use technology.
Do you think that we're living in a simulation then, or do you think that this technology thing is?
I don't think we're living in a simulation.
No, you don't. Oh, okay.
I do not.
If we were, I'd like a lot more money.
Yeah.
We picked a wrong version of the world to live in.
I know we're in the worst possible universe.
The worst multiverse.
But aren't games like that? Like everything's broken. You got to fix it. Isn't that how like the best games are made? Like you have to. There's the challenge. I think it's a simulation.
You are in. Am I in your simulation, or are you in my simulation?
See, that's Ooh. Are we in someone else's simulation entirely?
Someone else's, yeah. Someone.
We're just fleshing out the world for somebody.
Someone's watching the video, and they're like, yes, this is exactly as I wanted it to go.
Is it aliens? Is it UFOs? Is it the people that they're getting all these videos of them now from airplanes? Oh, I got it! I can't believe it! And it's a little dot, a black and white dot. Oh, where'd it go? And it's zip, and it's gone. Is that real?
It's probably space dust.
I've seen some of those videos. They're pretty convincing. Yeah. The military videos. Although I don't know why the footage is so grainy and terrible. Like they don't have HD. Like
they
cameras.
Say it's using a filter. This is a heat filter that gets 20% of the filter in the heat.
Man, you can make anything like with AI these days, though. Come on, I saw a video of. I'm not even going to get to that video. You can make anything with AI these days, though, and so it's like, of course, you can make. You can literally just like, hey, Chat GPT, make me a grainy video of a circular UFO spacecraft that moves in these directions and then zips away from an F-35 U.S. military aircraft. There you go. It spits it out in like 30 seconds. You cannot tell the difference.
Yeah.
We should probably do an AI song, Noah. Like, put all of your lyrics through the little meat grinder and then some of our music and like see what it is, and then we'll release it as a single.
Like that Nirvana song that there was the AI Nirvana song that was pretty terrible.
Did Courtney
the first one was an AI Drake song. It was pretty bad too.
But the AI song with Tupac and Biggie, I think. No, Tupac and the other guy, I think Montel Jordan.
Oh yeah.
It's fire, dude. It's very good.
This is how we Tupac.
It's dope. It's like, boy, that sounds like him too. That sounds like how he raps. Weird.
Oh man, I'm done. But please, make a song about AI. Make a song with AI about AI, slamming AI. That's what I'm all about.
Now that's punk, man.
AI is not punk rock. That's what I'm saying.
Well, did you see that Tom Hanks had to release a statement saying, if you've seen me pitching an ad for home loan mortgages, it was
a dentist office. It was a dentist office.
Wow.
It's coming, man. It's flying here. All these bands that are long dead, they're going to come back with songs. And it's like,
oh, no, I don't want that at all. No, I want that now.
Hey, you remember the hologram junk they were trying to pull off at these concerts? Mm-hmm. It's like, $2, negative shadow. All right.
I do regret not going to I think they had a Dio hologram at the Wiltern like last year, and I heard it was actually kind of amazing.
Oh wow! I would have seen Ronnie J. That would have been good.
It would have been so big.
When they say that when you make something, you make it for the world and not yourself, you have to give it away. That's what happens, man. When you make a song and everybody likes it, it ain't yours no more.
Right.
Well, but but hopefully that can happen for them, and they'll have a lot of money for it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
At least, that's the fair exchange. Everybody else gets the song; they get all the cash. I think they'll take that. Then they can quit all their jobs and then just do music.
If someone covered a song of ours and made a hit out of it, that would be so flattering.
Oh, that's actually a question. Do you guys have any exposure to contacts with whoever does the music booking for CW shows? That's how you break through these days. You just got to get on a CW show. It doesn't matter which one. Anyone will do.
We actually
how
are
do you
on
get
one.
into how do you get into publishing? How do you get your songs into publishing?
We've been on a couple. Were we on a CW show?
Yeah, Nancy Drew was a CW show.
No, that
You
was
were on Nancy Drew. Oh, that's fantastic.
was that HBO or
Nope,
that just aired on
CW.
HBO? Okay.
Nancy Drew is a CW show. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sci-fi
It's all
channel
Max
show.
'cause it's all WB and stuff. So whatever.
Yeah, we work with a company that helps pitch songs to shows, and we've had.
Oh, that's
some
cool.
pretty
Okay,
fun
yeah,
success.
publishing's big.
Shameless was a good one.
Yeah, we were on there 3-4 times, something like that, on different
Nice.
episodes. Yeah,
Is that-
Sometimes
is
it's barely audible, but it's fun to just.
Oh, we were
say you're
on.
it.
We did get a placement on a show, a Peacock show called The Resort. That was a really good show. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
So do you get like checks in the mail when that happens? And do they say Peacock on them, or is it?
I think NBC was on the check of that one.
That's so.
I think that one was more direct deposit, so I don't know that I really saw it.
They're not sending you the giant
Yeah,
check in the
no.
mail the first time you sign one. No, nothing like that.
No,
Yeah, all the
I
I
rights.
want one of
all
those
the rights.
one time in my life. One time in my life, I want a giant check.
That would be fun.
one day we can all dream.
Just one day. We get all.
But yeah, we'll get residuals once in a blue moon from our rights, music rights royalties companies. It's not much, but it's fun to get it in the mail or get the direct deposit and go, oh shit, look, I got 2 cents for Nancy Drew this week. Or,
It reminds you that
living, baby.
your work is being heard.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, it's that thing. Cool. It got like a couple of plays this weekend.
Yeah. Also, another cool thing is seeing the stats, which you can see on Apple Music. You can see where people have Shazammed your music.
Oh, that's
It's just
cool.
kind of cool that you can see someone, I don't know, in Nashville like Shazam,
Oh,
heard our song
exactly.
heard a song
Granular.
in a supermarket or something, and they saw that we just saw that they were
They're
one of
playing your stuff in supermarkets.
a little. I think we have some songs in different
Awesome.
some weird places.
Yeah,
Anywhere you can.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's the crazy thing about being a musician, right? Like you have to just kind of take every little thing that comes, and that's a win. Like, oh, we're in a grocery store. That's rad.
That's
That's rad. I think that's awesome.
It's like radio. It's just there's
People are like,
every little thing is great.
they're shopping for oat milk,
yeah.
and they're like,
What is this?
Oh, I wonder what that is.
This is good.
Between
I just didn't know.
Eric
I just
Carmen's hungry eyes and Hootie and the Blowfish hold my hand.
and Stroke Nine's little black backpack.
Jeez.
We're there.
that was a good pull there. That was like if you were playing like Magic. I don't know how to play Magic, but you just with Stroke 9, you pulled a card that everyone in the room went, whoa. Very good.
Thanks.
So okay, the new album's out. Right, it's out July, and tell us about how that was put together and what's different from the albums before.
This one was more of a collaborative songwriting. The whole band has songwriting credits. I did the lyrics, but for the music, it's the whole band, and so they're all Pretty Flowers songs. And the first album was just me. So that's a big difference. Sorry, there's a
Wow.
Something
What happened
going on.
over
Is
there?
that Godzilla?
That was scary.
Yeah.
Also
I think
amazing.
it was. I live on kind of.
To the trash can.
Oh. Someone crashed into a trash can like a cartoon.
Oh wow,
That's amazing.
Yeah, usually we can't hear the background noise. That was impressive.
I live on kind of a busy thoroughfare, and somebody crashed into some trash cans apparently. Where were we?
Is that punk rock?
That is punk rock. That's very punk rock,
dude.
I've done that.
Put a picture of it, and then that's your next album cover. You know what I mean? Somebody's smashing into trash can. That's crazy.
A car into trash can.
No, seriously, go do it. Hey, cover art's expensive. Go take a picture right now. It's free.
Right. But yeah, that was a big difference. The band just feels like that was more of a collaborative thing. We took a lot of time to kind of make the album happen, because we didn't have anybody like pressuring us to finish it. So we kind of had the luxury of time to kind of make it as good as we wanted it to be. And yeah, that was that was a big thing. Sean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I mean, having that 2-year break of, that thing that happened in the world, did allow us to have that, be more thoughtful about everything in terms of track listing, the way it sounded, that sort of thing. So the 5 years in between, really was like 2.5.
Yeah.
2.5 working years. Time. Yeah.
But
I'm really happy with, well, I can only speak for myself. I'm very happy with what I did, with what the band did, with what we just did. Collectively, it's maybe the best thing I've been involved in terms of being on a record. I've been on a bunch of them, and this is definitely, I'm very happy to even listen to it. Usually I just like, it's over and then it goes into the dustbin. But now I have to practice these songs sometimes too. So I listen to it and I'm never bored. So I suppose that's a good sign.
Well, we're happy that you guys made it. So thanks.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks for listening.
You guys are the most put together punk band I've talked to in a long time.
Does that mean we're boring?
No, dude, you guys are 21st century kids, man. This is awesome. Just love to see it. Let's play Baby Food, man, and tell us about this music video, because it's full of art. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, Sean, take it away.
Sure, yeah. We were trying to figure out what to do.
The entertainment guy did it. Okay, this is his.
I wish I was that talented. No, we were just kicking around ideas of what to do, and Noah sort of flippantly was like, maybe do like an animated thing. And I thought, oh shit, you know what? I know somebody who is going to art school for animation, and it's just a friend that I've known since he was 10 years old. A little brother of one of good friends of mine, and I hit him up, and immediately he's like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Cool.
And so he and his partner just have their own production company, and they do little things for TV here and there, but they had some time and they loved the song and they loved the lyrics. And so they tried to match Noah's lyrics, with the visuals, kind of breaking through the doldrums. I mean, Noah can sort of explain that part of it, but yeah, he did it in like 2 weeks, because we had kind of a deadline with the record label, and it was just, I think it's great. It's really cool. The textures, I mean, everything about it is really
unique. And it was
so
handmade. Like it felt really handmade, and there was just there's a lot of. I mean, it's very stop motion, and they just put a lot of time and effort into it, and it just made it look really great.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm proud of it for them.
South Park was punk rock, so hey, you can do that.
What did you say, Joe?
It's like early South Park. The first South Park that they did was like stop motion animation, Jesus versus Santa, and this is better than that, but it still has the same
there's the same vibe
ethos.
Yeah. Well, you guys, I love the band. I'm excited about your hometown show with Near Beer at Permanent Records Roadhouse. That sounds fun.
If you guys are in the area, we'd love to have you come out. We'll put you on the list.
Hey man, gas is $18 a gallon.
I don't know where you live. If you live close,
I'm up here in Ventura County, but you know what?
Okay.
If I can get the train,
you might see me. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
That's cool, man. Well, guys, thanks so much for coming on the broadcast tonight. We'd love to have you back after that show. We could talk more stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll be back.
Cool. All right, let's play your song now, Baby Food. Thanks for coming on, guys. The Pretty Flowers.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.